Welcome back to 3-Day Weekend. We're back with the CanAm learning experience, trying to get this machine up and running. It's been a heck of a project, but some parts are in, so we can start on the next phase. Let's do it. What are you doing?
Honestly, I don't even know at this point.
You don't even know?
I don't know at this point. I'm trying to find a wrench that size.
Okay.
Now I need to find another wrench that size. Put it over here so I can get this out. And put the new one.
New shifter cable.
Yep. If I can get it. Actually works.
Actually works. Useful. The old one doesn't work. While you're doing that, I was handed a new oil seal for the differential. So I'm gonna go over and take care of that. Maybe we'll get this thing pieced back together mechanically today. That would be ideal. I still have to check the oil and add coolant and dump out this old gas. But we're making progress on it. New seal. New seal. New seal. All new seals came in a kit. Might as well do them all.
All new shifter.
And he's got the shifter just about done. So now we have to put the differential back in its home. Oh, with the new prop shaft. Well, it's not a new prop shaft. New universal joint in the prop shaft. We'll jam that back in there all at the same time. Continuing on with the bad mouthing of CanAm. You can't just put the differential in and then put bolts in it. You know, like you could on a Polaris, 4 bolts in the bottom and holds it in. You have to put the through bolt through these two metal things. But you can't just put the bolt through. You have to take this one off, get all the bolts started, and then try to line the thing up. You can't get the rear one in either. It's just dumb. I don't like it. And I know there's CanAm guys out there hating on me right now, but you cannot deny that a Polaris differential, front differential, is easier to remove. You cannot deny it. Well, we got the differential in here. Oh, shoot. But the differential doesn't have any fluid in it. And the fill hole is here. That's extreme close-up. All right, so I need to get fluid out of this into that hole. That's where I am. And Junior here is trying to put the A-arms back on and the tie rods. It would be awesome to put the front end back on this thing today. If I can get fluid in there. Hose. I'll put a length of hose over this and into there. That's what I'm gonna do. I need some hose. The hose worked. I feel like I'm bottle feeding a cow or something. But it's working. It's going in. Doing good. We got the radiator in and it's actually mounted. So it won't fall out. I plugged it in. I got the factory clip to fit in the factory spot. I think that's the first one so far. It's going well.
As of this moment, the front is almost there.
Yeah, the drive line is together, right?
Yeah, everything's in there.
Oh, no, we have the bolt that holds the prop shaft to the differential is not in there.
Oh.
I need to find it. I don't know where it is. Or what it looks like for that matter.
It's probably in our little bin of goodies.
It came to us without one. So we don't know what it looks like. But it should be a short guy. Pretty short. Because it has to reach in behind the knuckle. You know, the Polarises use spring roll pins, which we hate and we complain about. But honestly, with the impact hammer, the pneumatic hammer, those drive right out and you replace them with a bolt. It's easy. These, you can't. You have to put a bolt in there. Nothing you can do about it. I'm gonna dig through that random box of bolts and see if there's one in there that fits. But so far, we have not been able to use a single bolt from that box. There are things that definitely do not belong to this machine in that box.
What is going on over here?
Custom making pieces. Missing a bracket that holds the bed onto the thing. It's not gonna be pretty, but it'll be on.
Also, we've got almost the entire front together.
I think the front is together, isn't it?
The bumper and then the inner grille.
Bumper's on, inner grille's on.
No, bumper's not.
The bumper's on. Go look at the bumper. Tell me the bumper's not on. Kids.
Ah, never mind.
Bumper's on, the inner grille is on.
So yes, the front end is together.
Yeah. So next I gotta put coolant in it. Well, we're trying to get the box. As long as it's up on the lift, it's easier to work on that. Anchor the box to the machine. Then we lower it, fill it up with coolant. And check the oil. I've never checked the oil. Does it have any?
Probably not.
Good? I have no idea. It should be good and full. I don't know. Let me finish making this bracket.
It's hard to tell, but it looks like she is coming back together. What do you think?
Working on it. Fuel tank, drain that because some nasty looking gas came out. I mean, it was not gonna run with that. Drain it. I don't have any fresh to put in it. I'll get some tomorrow. We should probably bolt this down. I repaired the wires that were broke over here. And I've been filling it with coolant. So, it should start. Well, I mean, once I put gas in it. But it should at least turn over. We fixed the bed last night. Did we talk about that? The bed is attached. It's coming along. I think next step will be, I've checked the oil, turning it over, see if it at least turns over. The amount of wiring I pulled out of here is crazy.
A lot of it's right there.
Hopefully it turns over, and if it does, then I will put some gas in it and see if it'll fire. That's where we are. I'm gonna clean this up, maybe get this attached, and go from there. Hey, the glove box works. One thing works. Mechanically, it's back together. It just has an empty fuel tank.
We're gonna see if it cranks.
It should turn over.
Seems promising.
I hear the fuel pump trying to run.
This is on.
That's good. Does it crank? Oh! It cranks.
Yes!
Alright. Oh, look at that. That's performance key.
It says
That blackout panel turned out nice.
it wants fuel.
I can get my
Check
decal.
engine. Out of fuel. It's not happy.
Yeah. Check
Engine.
engine. We'll have to see what it's unhappy about.
I'm unhappy about this.
Yeah. Who knows? Alright. Well, we'll pick it up when I have gas. Gasoline. Okay, 5 gallons fresh gas. It should start. Fuel pump's running.
It's scary.
We had a check engine light the other day. We don't now. I wonder if it was for fuel pressure. Does it measure fuel pressure? I don't know.
Engine start with fuel.
I don't know. Neutral. Here we go. I have a check engine light now.
She didn't like that.
No, I want its fire. Why not?
Oh, it almost had it.
Started to do something.
Oh my gosh, there's a big puff up back here. Hit it again. Come on. Well, let me get some brake cleaner.
No, we're not doing that. No.
Oh, it's so close.
Check engine. You say it's so close, it's not doing anything. Something is wrong. I don't know as if it's ever run since the rebuild or since it's been in here. Any of that. So I really have no idea what to expect. It's not leaking fuel or anything. You would think it's starting.
Oh.
Sounds terrible.
It does.
I believe there are multiple exhaust leaks.
Wonder if there's no muffler.
There is an aftermarket muffler on it. But I think I hear exhaust noise coming from the front.
I heard something from everywhere.
Yeah. Have to check if those bolts are tight. It'll just feel better if the check engine light wouldn't come on. I have no idea how to check the check engine light in this machine. So research time. It runs, it idles, but it's got a check engine light for two things. One is an oxygen sensor. It just says upstream, but they're both upstream. I don't know what that means. It's not really helpful. You know, it would be nice if it said it's that one or it's that one. There are two of them. One for each cylinder there and there, so I don't know what's up with that. And it's also unhappy about the transmission range selector down there. But this, wasn't quite all the way in park. So I may have just fixed the one.
Explains transmission.
Maybe I'll start it one more time and see if it's still unhappy about the transmission. Because if it's just an oxygen sensor, I'll talk to the owner and see if he wants to deal with that or not. I just moved the transmission all around. It shows what gear it's in, but it's still throwing that code 0790. For transmissions. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna have to research it. And that other one for oxygen sensor is still coming up. So I'll message him, do some research, see what's going on there. Did some research. Got the page. 0790, check override button. Damage switch, damage wires, blah, blah, blah. Override switch. There's no override switch on the dash. But then I started looking around and found this. That goes to the back of a switch. I'm betting somewhere near the shifter for the reverse override. So, we're gonna have to find the switch. I don't know where it is. And then for oxygen sensor, it says to check fuse is the first thing. So we're gonna check the fuses on it and see if maybe it's just that simple. I don't have much time today. I'm tinkering with this thing, see if I can figure out the check engine light for the oxygen sensor. I have P1036 and it says to disconnect the second oxygen sensor. I didn't know what that meant, but I found in my copy of the service manual, it says the second one is the back one. So that's good to know. And I got the wiring diagram. There it is. That's easy to read. And blew it up to just the oxygen sensors and map sensor. I don't really care about that. And they're not that bad. Heated O2 sensor 2, heated O2 sensor 1. We have orange, which is orange with a green stripe coming down. That's power that feeds in. And then negative is coming from the ECM. Red with LT. I don't know what LT is. And then we have our two sensor wires, white with yellow, black with a brown stripe. So red and orange and green. I'm going to check them all with my handy dandy meter and see what I have. I should have battery voltage when I check the orange and green to the brown and the red and light teal. I don't know what LT is. LT. BU, light blue. I was close with light teal, right? Okay, so I've traced those out. Red and light blue, orange and green. Okay, so now it's my two top wires here. 8.5. That's low. Why is it only 8.5?
Battery low?
Maybe. Well, test the battery.
Anything?
11.8.
So it's good?
Well, 8.5 seems low.
But the battery's good?
11 is also low. So we should hook the charger back up to it.
Okay.
I'm going to check the front oxygen sensor and just compare.
8.9.
8.9. Okay, and I had what, 8.4, but that was with the headlights accidentally on. So
yeah.
we're going to say those are the same. So they're getting voltage. I think maybe I should ohm test the sensor itself and see if I can get a weird reading. 9 ohms on the white wires. No reading on the white wires. That means that I have a bad oxygen sensor. Well, that is a pretty good test we just did. I don't see anything wrong with the wires. So it must be in the sensor itself. I'm going to get an oxygen sensor on order. Ooh, you know what I could do? They won't reach. If I was really ambitious, I could swap sensor 2 to sensor 1 and 1 to sensor 2. And if the problem moves and it throws a different code, then I know for sure the problem followed the O2 sensor. But pulling O2 sensors out can be a trick. Those were easy, surprisingly. Now I have to remember how I check the codes. I'll figure it out. It's the same code. Not good. And we have a new code. There's a major exhaust leak up front I'm gonna have to dig into. I finally looked it up. It threw a code the other night, a third code after I swapped the O2 sensors around. Well, I looked up the new code, P0030, and it is the exact same code as 1036, just for the front oxygen sensor instead of the rear oxygen sensor. Look at that. They are the same error. Internal fault. Path number, signal error, power stage of heated sensor, blah, blah, catalyst, everything. Which means the problem did follow the oxygen sensor to the front. I don't know why I didn't clear the code from the back. Maybe it hangs onto it for a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, it definitely moved to the front. So we need an oxygen sensor. We've confirmed it with continuity tests, ohm tests, and now Swaptronics. We know we need a new oxygen sensor. But I think I'm gonna have to work on a couple other machines, so we're gonna try to move this out. I'm gonna start this up and move it outside. Well, move it to the barn, if it'll move that far. But we have other machines we need to work on while we wait for parts for this to come in, so we're gonna move it.
It's so loud.
I know. Can't shift it while it's on. Jay. It was supposed to move. It did not move. Now I have to take the clutch cover off, find out what's going on there. I don't like it. I don't like this thing. I had to run out of town on business, so I want to do my outro here with the patriotic background. That's pretty cool, right? Just doing some editing on this one. The next video, I swear it is going to run and drive. That is the goal. We're gonna take it up and do some test drives with it. Wasn't planning on having to do clutch work on it, but what are you gonna do? So we're gonna end it right here. Next one though, we're gonna have it up and running and moving on its own power. Well, that's gonna do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every viewer and every subscriber, especially you members. You guys are amazing, and we really appreciate the support. As long as you're here, leave us a thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything, but really helps us out a lot. Hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I reply to every comment I get. But in the meantime, thanks again for watching, and I hope I'll see you here for another video on 3-Day Weekend.